Welcome back. Oh, fuck. I remembered where we saved last time. I remembered what we were doing. Took me a second to catch up there, but I'm tuned in now. I'm honed in. Thanks a lot to Joe of 2 days ago for giving me this truly wondrous gift. What an absolute legend he is. Okay, so if I do that, I can hopefully duck the rat as well. The frame rate's not really behaving right now, and I'm about to back into a wall. Fuck. Don't worry, we got this. This won't be some classic Joe moment where we repeatedly load the same file and die like 700 times in a row and it takes up like 2/3 of the video. That's not going to be this. Don't you worry. Everything will be fine. This time this guy he's just dead. He's just, look at that, easy. We just deal with the rat. There we go. Simple as. There was never any doubt, never any concern. Not even the slightest inch of concern on my face, and like, the only reason I'm saving over the file is not because I'm not confident I can do it again, but just to save myself some time in the future, you know? It's all about min-maxing, optimizing use of my time. There's a guy over there, but I can't actually get to him going in this direction, and that makes me real sad, honestly. Very upsetting. So, as of right now, we should theoretically be in a plague-free area. There are lots of rats about, but we can slap those silly, and that shouldn't be a massive issue. They should be able to wander around here fairly with impunity. Yeah, good use of the English language there, I think so. I'm hoping today we're not going to have any microphone issues, because in a recording I have already done, which will actually be going up tomorrow, I decided to finish off Nostalgaia today and sort my upload schedule as and when. But the point is, I have done a recording which had microphone issues. In a really cool way that sometimes you have microphone issues. A little bit of microphone feedback just sort of popping off at the worst possible time. So what I'm hoping is it was merely a case of my USB port being a bit of a dick, and now that I've switched it to a different one, we shouldn't have the issue. I've done a few tests and I've not noticed it, so hopefully we're in the clear. I really apologise profusely if there is any horrible noises happening, but I'll be keeping half an eye on my audio while I play, just to make sure that things don't go to shit again. It is amazing, isn't it? Like, I go out of my way to try and improve the audio of my videos, and classically and immediately I start having microphone feedback issues, which has nothing to do with the settings I've changed, I should add. It's a completely separate thing, but it's just so well timed, it's kind of funny, honestly. The trying times, the life and times of a YouTube Let's Player, honestly, it's a difficult life, honestly. I don't know how anyone can do it without completely losing all sense of self and becoming just a dribbling wreck crying on the floor. Because, like, you know, people go down the mines, people who work in steel mills, you know, people who clean sewers, you know, garbage men, all these so-called difficult jobs. I mean, they've got nothing. They've got nothing on sitting down and recording an hour of video game footage, honestly. I mean, that's where the real graft lies, you know. They don't have microphone issues to deal with, do they? They've got it easy. Yeah, let's not go in that direction, I don't think. I think we'll just avoid the plague like it's a plague, you know? That's where the saying "avoid it like the plague" comes from, I would imagine. And that's exactly what I intend to do. I'm just gonna wander around, slap some dudes. A good old-fashioned slapping. And in the not too distant future, it should be turning to day, and we'll have some fun new experiences to experience, and I just can't wait, personally. I just can't wait. Nothing more fun than being told I have to walk across the city and back 600 times. It's amazing how much I bitch about this game, despite actually rating it quite highly these days, you know? As I say, it's never a game I would recommend to my friends. I don't hate my friends enough for that, but fuck. But I think it's a game that's worth recommending you look into, if not actually play, you know what I mean? It's a game that has merit, but the merit is difficult to find. You have to really, really force yourself into the pathologic mindset in order to embrace it, and that takes some doing. Get slapped. Get slapped. Thank you. I'm not doing too badly at this at the moment, actually. I know I've had to save and reload a couple times, but I've killed, what, 4 dudes? It's been barely painless. Actually becoming a bit of a gamer. I don't know when this happened. If I wasn't wearing headphones right now, I would reach up and turn my cap backwards. That's how much of a gamer I feel like right now. Unfortunately, that makes life a little bit difficult. It's gonna get a bit stinky if I go in this direction, but I've not looted these bins yet, so it's probably worth it. As long as I don't actually step foot in the stinky zone, everything should be fine. Wow. Okay, yeah, that's not a bad find. Those things are worth quite a bit to the right people. Don't know what it is about young blonde lads and pocket watches, but they go nuts for them, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what. Probably some, like, anarchist cookbook thing, you know? Rewiring them into bombs or something, but, you know. As long as I get something good for it, then it's not my problem. Looting bins takes a while with my new keyboard / mouse / gamepad setup, but it's just one of the sacrifices we have to make. I don't really want to go any further in that direction. It's a bit ratty, so I'm just going to sort of head back the way I came now. I'm sure stuff will have respawned. I suppose if I really want to force respawns, I could just go in and out of a house repeatedly. That might actually be the optimal play to find knife guys, is just to repeatedly refresh the outside. Feels a bit lame somehow though, I don't know why, it doesn't feel right. It's bad enough when I have to do that to sort of refresh a little girl into selling me a schmauder, but somehow it feels even worse to like re-roll enemy placements, like it's... I don't know. I have weird morals when it comes to video games, you know, like... I self-impose a lot of restrictions for absolutely no reason, and I'm not really sure why, but there just feels like a right and a wrong way to play a game, you know what I mean? As I say, I mean, I've been very slowly, and I mean very slowly, making my way through Baldur's Gate 3. It's a good game, but it's not a game I can just sit and sink like hours and hours on end into, so I mean, I'm still nowhere near finishing it. But I know a lot of people will, and you know, all power to them, but they will, like if they fail a dice roll, they'll just load and try it again, you know, but I've very much been someone who in games like that wants to sort of stick to my story, if you know what I mean. Like, in my world, I failed this, and that's fine. Shit. That's not fine, though. That's the sort of thing I have to save scum, unfortunately. But, You know what I mean, though. I mean, I'm a big D&D fan in general. I don't get to play it as much as I'd like, but when I do, I actually enjoy the failure. You know what I mean? Like if you less so in combat, but like if you're trying to do something cool and you fuck it up, it can be amusing and it can lead to interesting story beats and that. And it's like if you're just like this perfect being who succeeds at everything they do, then it's somehow there's just less of an interesting narrative to that. You know what I mean? Pathologic is sort of a game that forces you to become that perfect being, though. Like, if you don't succeed at least the majority of the time, then things are going to go very badly for you and you're just not going to finish the game. So it's a mindset I had to sort of readjust to when playing this game, honestly. And it took some doing, but I think I'm there now. Hello. Useless. Useless, my dude. Just tear off a bit of clothing and pretend it's a bandage and I'll buy that. I will buy that shit. Damn. I was hoping that would kill. It would be real nice if I'd... Wow, the guard did no damage to this dude. I had to hit him 4 times. Ooh. Don't know why the knife guy didn't steal those, but I will take them happily. May not be worth much, but to me they mean the world. It's the it's the personal value that I assign to something rather than the actual value, you know. I want to barter, please. I have enough of these to happily get some vegetables. I did it again. I clicked out the window. It's happening less, obviously, thanks to my new gamepad-based system, but this arrow here is very close to the edge of the screen, so it's quite easy to do if you're as, you know, not good at games as me. This is why I can't snipe in FPSs, you know what I mean? Clicking precisely is not my strong suit. I've not played an FPS in a while. I mean, you know, if you don't count this, which obviously has big FPS vibes. I've never been a big fan, but I do occasionally like to dip my toe into them and just, you know, it can be a fun thing to just like play through a campaign and blast some dudes. I actually picked up the new Battlefield 2042 or whatever, which I hear is just bad, but I intend to not play it multiplayer ever. I just want to play through the campaign and bang some people. Have a rollicking good time and move on with my life, you know, and it will probably be fine for that. It'll probably be just fine for that. I got it cheap anyway, so it's not like I wouldn't have paid, you know, 60 quid for it or whatever, but why am I here? Let's not be here, eh? How's that for a plan? Let's be somewhere else. Did a gas cloud just catch me? I think it did. I think it was chasing me and I wasn't aware. Don't like that. Joe disliked that. Joe disliked that big time. And when I accidentally clicked out the window, OBS fucked itself up again, so I need to fix this. This is just going to be a long-running thing now, I think, in this playthrough. Honestly, I have discovered a very new thing recently, in that if you're going to record footage of video games, then you better have 2 monitors with the same resolution, or else it's going to be a fucking nightmare. It was not something I was aware of previously, but I never expected upgrading to a better monitor would make my life this fucking difficult. Did I really not get the kill on him? It felt like I got the kill on him. It really felt to me like I deserved the reward there, but what do I know, I guess. I'm just the guy playing the game, I'm not the mechanics. I don't live under the hood of Pathologic as much as I wish I did. What a dream that would be. Know how this mess works. Right. Ooh, found another one. Have I saved? Did I just save? I don't even know. But I'm gonna save again anyway. Because in my brain it feels like I've not saved in a while. Even if I actually have. I sort of do it on autopilot after a while, you know. Ah, fuck. Good thing I just saved. Yeah, it had been an hour of gameplay since I'd last saved, so it was probably sensible that I did. It's actually pushing 7 o'clock. Gonna have daily objectives popping pretty soon. I never know what word to use there, right? Because like in this instance, quest feels far too like, you know, it's a fantasy medieval term, you know. I'm gonna go on a quest to save Camelot or whatever. Mission absolutely feels like some like Black Ops, like Splinter Cell shit, you know what I mean? It's neither a quest nor a mission, I would say. I guess objective is the best word for it, or task, maybe. The game terminology, the most common game terminology are quest and mission, and as I say, I don't really feel like either of that applies here somehow. It's too, despite the obvious wackiness, I guess is a term, that the lore of this game has, it's still far too much of a grounded, down-to-earth game for any of that sort of terminology, I think. Like, the core mechanics of this game are make sure you get enough to eat, make sure you get enough to sleep, and try not to get stabbed on your way to work, which, you know, honestly is pretty similar to my lived experience. So there's definitely a large degree of normalcy, of the mundanity about Pathologic as a game, which you don't really find anywhere else. Fuck, that was not good, was it? That was not even a little bit good. I have to come into this area because I need to go speak to my patrons, but I'm not wild about all the death gas and the fact that there's like 5 zombie people meandering around the courtyard. Hey, is it not your job to punch these dudes to death? Like, there we go. Get to it. I'm like the spoiled daughter of the rich family who orders their slaves about. You cannot fight this. It all ends in less than 8 days. That's fun. That's a note of optimism there, isn't it? You cannot fight this. Day 5, which leads the Changeling to the conclusion that a peculiar mystery play-like event occurs in the town daily. What? A peculiar mystery play-like event?
Only in things of small value, they usually are bold enough not to trust to appearances.
How fast the disease is spreading, so many dead already, that is because up until now we have been lacking in diligence, and the reason for that is probably not the kindness of your heart, my daughter, but my incorrect choice of objectives. Still, are you ready to resume your endeavours? I thought we agreed that your prophecies were false and, like, we probably shouldn't listen to you anymore, but yes, mother. We must continue. There are not many bound left. Our town will not be spared for the sake of 10 righteous men. Nay, it will be destroyed on account of a single rebel. As of now, we are losing the battle, and for all I know, my husband may be exterminating the truly faithful in his fury. That's very likely. Everyone who he turns my attention to seem to acknowledge fully that they deserve to be punished. I need to think about it some more. For now, let us continue to act. How? I don't know for sure yet. Desperation is a bad advisor. To make a move too early is always to lose the little we have, but sometimes, even though you know it's the wrong move, you find it hard to hold back. What if you're lucky? That is how we're going to play now, threatening the Queen. Who are you going to send me to, Mother? The blade of your words will now be pointed at the very heart of the Utopian's false doctrine. Only the Canes themselves are more dangerous than him. I'm talking about the brothers Stamerton, the rebellious architects who have challenged too many things. You will begin with Peter. Convert him. How do I hook him? It all hinges on Maria again. Maria and Nina, yes. That is too strong a citadel. Only a miracle could help you. Is Peter in love with Maria? He is. Just like the depraved brother Andre. All that they do together. All that they feel together. Perhaps that is their weakness. Convert Peter, then the fierce Andre will be in our hands too, since they are twins and one cannot live without the other. Alright, I'm going. I guess... Yeah, I mean, it clearly wants us to go to Peter first, but we'll probably have to speak to Andre. I think Eva has a lot to do with them as well, so she might be a good bet, and obviously Maria. There's a few people we can have a chat to on this one. I know a few links in this chain, thankfully. Whereas some of the characters I don't have a fucking clue about. The Stamertons I'm pretty well versed in, because they were pretty major players in Dankovsky's campaign. And what do you want, Daddy dearest?
The rabble is completely out of control. They must have been bottling up their lowly instincts for quite some time.
Now is no time to sleep, my daughter. The scythe has been sharpened. The righteous harbingers are riding in, hooves thudding. We ought to be clear on whom that scythe shall swoop down. People are dying. The hour of reckoning is near. Whose turn is it today? Reuben's time has come. I have received reliable information that he is in the know on everything that Isidore, the father of that accursed Barak, was doing. It was with him that everything began. We've already had a whole thing with Reuben, right? We discovered that he was actually the one hiding Simon's body, and we just sort of let him get away with it because it was fun, I guess. Oh, but I know that the Canes have put a sizable bounty on Oinon Reuben's head. It almost matches the bounty on your alter ego. They must have a good reason for it. Georgi is no fool. The closet is a veritable ossuary. Just don't send me to the Canes. Talking to the Canes is useless, whereas honest Reuben will tell you everything himself, if you find the right approach. Perhaps he's innocent. I'd like to think he is. I'll find that approach. I have no doubt you will. Who knows Reuben better than everyone else? Vlad the Younger. We are in a diplomatic alliance now. He'll tell you the best way to approach the disgraced Oinon. You need not be secretive. Ask direct questions. He likes frankness. Alright, as you say, father. That seems fairly painless. Speak to Vlad, speak to Reuben, get on with our lives, you know? I can do that. First then, young Peter is a calling. God, my exhaustion is high, man. I'm gonna have to deal with that fairly soon. It's this building, right? Yeah. Up we go. Why the bathtub? He has precious few furniture, but pride of place, he gives the bathtub.
What is a living heart? Why is everyone talking about it?
Your eyes are so green. Don't go away, my sweet apparitions. Stay a while with poor Peter. I've done so much to let people hold on to their daydreams, and I've left none for myself. The spirits fly off before they can be made out too clearly. Who are you, an angel or death? I'm death. I'd never have thought death to have green eyes, but it all depends on the state you're in, I suppose. Do you have a name? Call me Clara.
There are fine things, old boy, which are more brilliant when unfinished than when finished too much.
Drink with me, underage child. You're as green as the water in that deep pool. You must be the fairy from this matted bottle. I'll heed you. Drink. I'll be happy to. Okay.
We fear everything, old boy, as mortals do, and desire everything as if we were immortal.
Why does he keep calling me old boy? Does he think I'm one of the other two characters? Because it certainly seems that way. Peter, oh Peter, I know of you this. You've defied the law of earthly gravity and defeated it. Will you agree to touch me, to brave the depths, to answer my questions candidly and without prejudice? What? and then I'll drink with you. What do you think? Will you answer? All right, I will. Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty easy one, really. Like, everyone knows he built a tower that shouldn't stand up. Like, that's pretty common knowledge. I thought it had to be more of a secret. I thought you had to have a secret in order to get through to hook people or whatever, but I guess not. Do you believe that it was your blasphemous deeds that caused this pestilence? I do. Do you realize why it happened? Wait, why are you asking me? I can see you're taking me by the hand, leading me here, a circle of light from a bright lamp. Stop, I sought oblivion in the green fairy's embrace. I desired you so that you could give me a chance to forget, and you're reminding me again? You're lying. Who are you? I'm Clara, the Harbinger. I've come for you. I don't understand, my head is spinning. Where am I? I thought I was standing at the top of an extremely thin ladder at a great height, and the force of gravity was so strong that my knees gave way. I was so frightened that I lay prostrate and couldn't climb down. And I heard people laugh at me from far below, but I survived. You're all but dead, Peter. Do you understand what this daydream of yours means? I don't know. I'll do what Andre says. Bring my brother to me. Where are you, brother? You're the only one I trust. I'm surrounded by ghosts, by translucent greenness, maras and chimeras. The double-faced changeling. Only he is real. My support, my bulwark. I'll bring you a word from Andre. I can do that. It's just up the road. I can do that happily. I mean, he's a little bit more difficult to get in the good graces of, from what I remember. He can be a bit of a prickly prick. But I'll give it my best shot. Yeah, I do feel like I should maybe have spoken to Ava or Maria or both prior to this, but we're here, so why not, you know? Why walk all the way across town if there's a good chance it's not going to actually achieve anything for me? One of these buildings around here... Is it this one? Is it this one I'm like coming up to now? Yeah, cool. Who needs a map? I can find my own way around. Why are there... There's extra people in here. I'll look into that in a second. I just want to very quickly, while I'm here, buy up the coffee. Cause... There we go. Exhaustion dealt with. Apparently it hurt my health a little bit, but it's not enough to be concerned about. What's going on here? What's this all about? None of you feel like chatting? Okay. Okay, Andre's missing. Very cool. Only green trireme left. We're out of black and a shipment marsh is due in the evening. Where's Andre? Alexander is conducting mass arrests. Master Andre has gone into hiding in case we get raided, and a good call it was too. He was barely gone when patrolmen showed up looking for him. Where is he? No one knows. I suppose he'll return as soon as Alexander stops hounding him. And then I'll tell him where there was a young lady looking for him. I'll talk to Alexander. I mean, at least it's all local, right? It's a shame I'm having to keep running up and down in a nasty plaguey zone, but... At least it's not too far away. When he said Alexander, for some reason... I mean, I know his name's Alexander Sabarov, right? I'm aware of that. But I was thinking of Block. Is Block's name also Alexander? Did I make that up? I mean, obviously he's not in town yet, and that's why I got confused, but... Alexander Block sounds right to me, but I don't think that can be right. They wouldn't have given two characters the same first name. It's a confusing enough game as it is.
Why is no one being buried? That's suspicious.
What are you waiting for? Did you order Andrei Stamatin's arrest? Yes, the scoundrel is almost as dangerous as his brother. Please let him be for a while. I need to ask him a few questions. So you want him to poke his head out of his hole? Yes, the Inquisitor will arrive soon. It's my duty to restore order before I am removed from power. To fail to do so would be a terrible disgrace. Make an exception for Andre. He won't escape your retribution, I can vouch for it. Alright, but remember, the disease's human avatar will be delivered to me within just 2 days, and if you don't find her, I will hand over the first suitable candidate I come across so that the town is spared Karminski's rough justice. The death of that woman will be on your conscience. Alright. So, wait, do we just go back to the pub now? My gentle father will spare the architect. The twins will no longer refuse to open their souls to me. Andre would know the news by now. He's bound to be... Why would he know the news by now? How would he... Not to, you know, break out of the realms of the game world too much here, but... Like, I literally just spoke to him. We were alone in that room. And somehow, in a pub several streets away, Andre will have got a twinge, will have got a spider sense pinging him, telling him that, oh, actually, your arrest isn't on the cards anymore, you're fine to go back to your pub. Like, I'm not sure about that one, Chief. I'm not sure about that one. Knock, knock.
There's nothing to talk about.
I think there is. Such a tiny little thing. I suppose you're looking for a job here. Wait, what's this? We can trade? Oh, interesting. Why is he selling these? I mean, I know he sells Twyrene here, so, I mean, I guess it's not that difficult for him to brew that into Twyrene extract or whatever, but... does he do this in the other 2 campaigns as well? Because if he does, I was not aware of it. Anyway, that's irrelevant. I don't need them right now.
At Bachelor's behest.
I've come to talk to you about your brother. He's in danger. What do you mean in danger? Now you've truly grabbed my attention. What happened to him? Let's go. You'll tell me about it along the way. Andre, oh Andre, I know of you this. You're in love with Maria. Nonsense, I'm not in love with Maria. I do admire her. That goes without saying, but I only love one person in the world, and that's my brother. So cut the crud and tell me what's threatening him. Andre, I fear that the pestilence has been sent down upon him personally. Even if it were really so, what of it? If an injured man burst into your house fleeing from assassins, would you throw him out at their mercy just so that no harm would come to your home? Why, even if there were 100 of them, we could only be saved by a miracle. Damn it, I'll grab my dagger and hope for that miracle. Persuade your brother to confess, concede that the humble are right, and the pestilence will leave the town. What did you say, little pimp? That I should persuade my brother to side with the humble? Go to hell. Feel free to humbly accept whatever you please. Poverty, powerlessness, ignominy, stupidity, weakness, filth, war, but he will not. So you're saying we have incurred wrath from above for our impudence? Liar, double, triple liar. I don't know what god you believe in, but I don't think you're even old enough to have a concept of one. But you are old enough to drink, apparently. And you are either a lying impostor or an abominable changeling, a temptress, a thing from hell, a shabnak, deer, a man-eater made of dead bones and dirty clay. You heard me. You know the reason. Shut up. What do you even know about faith? What do you know about religion? You've had barely been born or already got your head full of the ravings of a failed prophetess who's writhing her hands in desperation and envy as she's watching a new star rise. And here you are, thinking you can lecture me, even daring to accuse us of heresy and a revolt against God. Oh, but yes, precisely. And here's what I'll tell you, only a godless apostate of evil and devil worshipper, that's not what that said, but whatever is, which is what you Sabarovs are, could dare deny the greatness of God's design. It is nothing like the tower built out of an abomination to topple heaven. It's a different world, you idiot. The tower was not built for the sake of faith or faithlessness. It's something else entirely. What's the tower got to do with it? I will not betray my brother's creation, and I will not let you tarnish his name. Get lost, go to hell. Go back to the earth you came from. Fine then, to hell with you two. I think I may have failed that one. That didn't go too well. His words cut deep. He's a true fanatic, a knight of arrogance and impertinence. My mother was right to say it's him and others like him that are to blame for the pestilence. They are the ones who have caused it, and not the poor souls my father seeks out for persecution. Why do they persist? Can't they see the truth when it's right in front of them? I guess I'll try returning to Peter now, but I don't think it's going to get me very far, if I'm honest. I don't think there's going to be much to be gained from this. I feel like what I should have done is spoken to Ava and Maria first, tried to get a decent hook on my good friend Andre before speaking to him. Although I can't like persuade him of things, right? I can only make him tell me the truth. Like I can't force him to change his mind and to get his brother to hand himself in. That's not going to get me anywhere. I don't think he was lying to me, to be honest.
You're close. I know that.
Drink with me, little one. You're as green as the water in that deep pool. You must be the fairy from this matted bottle. I'll heed you. Drink. I talked to your brother. About what? Don't you remember? About you agreeing to convert to the faith of humility. My faith? Agreeing? Did I agree? How interesting. So what did my brother say? If Katerina is to be believed, it's all your fault. It was your pride that had brought all this upon us. That sounds true enough. So confess. Well, in that case, I'll be better off dead. When I reach that conclusion firmly and I'm drunk, or if, God forbid, I sober up and get hit by a horribly clear realization, I'll do that deed on my own. Perhaps it's for the better. Farewell, Peter. No, Peter sees it all. The truth splits in half. The world is falling. I walk upon both sides of the moonlit way, following two different paths at the same time. Do the utopians dare mock the faith of humility? We need to think deeper here. An immediate gain would not necessarily lead to a long-term victory. Guess I'll return to Katerina. Peter said he might hand himself in. Like, the guy's obviously got a few screws loose, but, like, that's as close to getting his word as I'm likely to get, I think. Because it is down to the polyhedron, right? I think that's, like, established logic.
Specs went to hunt in barred houses.
Let go of your doubts, my daughter. All impudence eventually turns to the path of obedience. The sooner the better. I talked to Peter. Oh, the pain. So how did it go? He was on the verge, but then Andre... No. So what about him? Andre ruined everything. He threw me out. You idiot. Unforgivable stupidity. Why talk to Andre? Maria's paramour, a debauched murderer. He will not leave us alone anymore. He will begin to guard them now, like a cock guarding his roost. This pain is unbearable. My temples are torn apart with hooks. You're useless. More useless by the day. What did you say? Why hooks? What's the matter with you? I didn't mean to say that about you. Forgive me, it will pass. It's nothing. Don't listen to me. You need rest. Sleep, mother. There goes my reputation again. Real cool. Real epic. What kind of day is this? Did I do something wrong that would cause them to change so much? Maybe I didn't accomplish much today or the day before, but then I feel the failures were not something I could avoid. My new parents must be very tired by now. I struggle to imagine how difficult all this is for them. Yeah, I'm sure it's real hard for them sitting in their house while I'm out here fucking fighting men with knives to death with my bare hands and avoiding horrible clouds of gas that threaten to fucking infect me to my very core. Like, I'm sure it's hard for them. Fucking hell, man. But no, yeah, like, from my understanding, like the sort of scientific logic or whatever behind all this, behind the plague, is that like the slaughterhouse has basically been draining blood off into the soil for centuries. There's just a load of infected biological matter running underneath the town. And building the polyhedron, in order to make it balance the way it did, they had to put like a big like grounding rod thing, like a big counterweight, that's the word I wanted, like down under the town into the soil. And doing that sort of stirred up all the filth and brought all the bacterial slime to the surface, sort of thing, and infected all the water. And that's sort of what caused the plague. I mean, obviously there's a lot more like spiritual shit involved as well. The whole, Shabnaka deer thing, and the fact that like, even though the plague seems to be caused by the waters getting infected and the soil getting infected, it doesn't actually seem to spread through that, and it just seems to sort of take people who it deems plague worthy or whatever. So obviously, like, the science doesn't explain everything, but yeah, essentially, if you want to point a finger, there's probably no one better to point it at than Peter Stamerton, because he's the one who essentially stirred up all the bad shit and brought it to bear, Let me just check my map. Okay, yeah, so the infection is all the way along this bank, so actually we want to go this way. I meant to cure Lara on the way past, I completely forgot to. Next time I'm in the area. She can just stay plagued for a bit, it's fine. A little bit of plague never hurt anyone. I'm plagued all the time. I just take random tablets I buy off kids on the street and everything tends to sort itself out, Don't know why everyone can't just do that. It does seem weird, actually, because there is quite a lot, like, obviously the Schmauders and the vaccines are rare. I'm not saying they're easy to get your hands on. But there are tablets that just keep the infection at bay that, like, seem to be in fairly generous supply. Like, all the shops sell them. Loads of kids on the street just have pockets full of them, like, they don't seem to be particularly rare, so it feels like the plague shouldn't really be an issue. Again, that's just game logic though, isn't it? Like, just because I have access to stuff doesn't mean everyone has access to stuff, because that would just completely remove the whole inciting incident from the plot. Anyway, all that aside, let's see what young Vlad has to say today. You in this well, man, honestly.
Did you hear that? Did it come from inside the well? Or am I getting the jitters?
You're getting the jitters. We're gonna have to stop the work. Such a shame. It's been years since we were able to dig a well this deep. Can I spit into it?
Where are the dead disappearing to?
Can I spit into it? Damn, asking the same
Where
question
did those
twice didn't
lazy
get me anywhere.
bastards go?
Could it be you dug up the sandpest there? Impossible. I'm studying the soil and now the Bachelor has demanded a rerun of the tests. It's almost established for a fact that the disease originated in the earth. Yes, it's probably crawled out from underground, but not out of my well. Oh.
You know how to save lives, so do it. Forget everything else.
Tell me about Reuben. What do you want with Reuben? He's in danger. Is it true the Sabarovs have adopted you? It is. You see, I trust Alexander. I even want us to start building up a dialogue, and of late we've almost succeeded at it, but he's being too zealous about his duties. Is that a bad thing? I guess I better show my hand. Reuben won't be hiding for long. It's against his character. Listen, you might want to not hand him over to the Canes. He'll be of use to you yet. I think so too. Great. Perhaps you could even become friends. I'm afraid of him. He'll chase me away. Bring him lots of twirine and different kinds of meat. A good treat will make him happy. It's pleasant to accept food and drink out of a girl's hands. He'll talk to you. Thank you. That's good advice. Is he just in his... All we've been asked for is 3 bottles of twirine and 3 cuts of fine meat. It doesn't look like either the bachelor or the Haruspecs are friends of his, else why would he be this hungry? This is interesting. Do I have? I've got smoked meat, and I've got fresh meat. I don't know if either of those will do the trick. I don't have the twirine though. I unfortunately didn't realise I would need any of that, so I got rid of it. I can buy some in the pub. I don't know if there's anywhere else I can get any. Do you guys occasionally trade for twirine, or is it I trade you twirine? I actually can't remember. Ooh. I apparently do have a twirine, but I need more. I need more twirine. Okay, back to the pub, I guess. That's a little bit annoying. It's probably safest to go this way, actually, isn't it? Stay out of town. Avoid the infection. Seems like the smartest course of action. And I do occasionally follow the smartest course of action. Every now and again, my 2 brain cells do just sort of bounce off one another as they rattle around in my big vacant brain hole. So the spark of inspiration points me in the right direction. Tell you what, I haven't checked yet today. How's everyone doing? Oh, just Lara. Okay, just Lara. We can live with that. She's been a pretty key figure in this playthrough so far, so it probably would behoove me to cure her ASAP so we can actually, you know, do any other quests she's got. But I'm not going to go out of my way to do it. Oh, there's a knife dude in there. What's he doing out and about during daytime? Is that normal? Is that normal now? It's only day 5, right? I thought this sort of shit didn't start going down till later, but I suppose it's only 12 days. You know, we're nearly halfway through already. I'm flying through this campaign, I'll tell you. I can't remember how many episodes my Bachelor campaign was. I think it was about 30. The Haruspecs one was over 40. I'm going to try and beat both those records this time. If I can finish in the late 20s, I'll be really impressed with myself. Practically a speedrun at that point. I wonder how speedruns actually work in this game. Given that, like, technically you don't actually have to do any of the quests, right? I think every character needs to do their day 1 quest or else they just lose, I think. But then after that, really all you have to do is survive. So if you stock up sufficiently in day 1, could you just, like, sleep to the end? Wake up, eat some food, maybe, you know, theoretically your infection shouldn't go up because you won't be in an infected area, so really all you should have to do is eat and sleep, I think. And just sleep all the way to the end. I mean, obviously you wouldn't get a good ending doing that, but it's potentially possible to, like, complete an entire playthrough of this game in like an hour. Maybe a bit more, I don't know. Why? Why? How? How are you so powerful? How are you just like the scare? What is happening? What is actually happening right now? Jesus fucking Christ. I'm gonna save because that's some luck that I just had there. Also, I haven't saved since before I started my quest today, so yeah, maybe not the smartest. There's another rat! Right, knifey boy. Now we can get special. We can get funky up in here. Oh. I'm gonna load, because I did just save, and in all honesty, I'd rather not take the reputation hit that I just took. That wasn't a good thing. That really wasn't a good thing that just happened. Oh fuck, I just realised how long I've been recording. I should probably be wrapping up now anyway, but first off, we'll finish up this knife fight. We'll get this sorted. Hang on. There we go. Beautiful. So much better. So much better. I got 5 whole coins from from watching that guy die. What a bonus. Anyway, yeah, I think we're about done here for the day. Ooh, nice. More of this soon-ish. Soon-ish. Still got to upload my horribly broken Nostalgaia video, so look out for that, I guess. And then, yeah, more of this the day after. Bye.